bringing Frazer back again for Q&A. This is when whatever questions you may have, think of them, and of course we want it to serve the greater group. And that goes for live stream too. So I know that you can write in the chat box. I think we have nearly 280 on live stream as well with us today. Let's give them a clap. And have a think about, so let's welcome Frazer back on. I'm kind of the bouncer to make sure your question's appropriate. Otherwise, I would have sent him up here on his own. But
Too cool, too cool.
it's too laborious to bring back the stools, isn't it?
It's all right. Oh, miss.
Should we? All right.
You got the heels
Can
on.
we have some, thank you.
I've got heels too, but...
Thank you, Adam, for the stools. Who's got the first question? Hello. Nice big voice, and I'll repeat it for everyone.
I've got a question.
Thank you.
I'll start with, I've had postnatal depression and I'm good now and that's part of my why, but, thank you. So I've had a postnatal depression, that's part of my why, that's not my BS story, but every now and again I get overwhelmed, and my question is, how do you show up when sometimes you just can't? Because I am genuine on my Facebook. People know that I've had a tough time, I was in hospital, etc., etc. So sometimes I need to step away because it's just too much for me and I can't cope with stuff. But I don't want to be vacant either. So I guess what I'm asking is, how do you be genuine and how do you find balance with that when sometimes life just gets too tough?
Mm-hmm. So I'm the absolute worst person in the world to talk about balance, because my work-life balance...
Just do it.
Linda was talking about leadership wheel yesterday, and I was just cracking up in the background because she was saying she drew like a wheel, and it was great, visual thing. Mine was would have been like a potato. It wouldn't have rolled. But I ask myself a question every single day when I wake up and before I go to bed: what's the alternative? If I don't do what I'm going to do, what else do I do? And for me, the alternative is working on a construction site in the UK where it's always freezing cold. I would have a yellow hard hat on, a yellow high-vis vest, massive big boots. Just image that, imagine that. Not cool. Not cool. I also do this, I was sharing it, I think I shared it yesterday, what I do in the morning. So, and this is a bit weird, I'm not expecting you all to do it, but I do it and it works for me, is I get my finger like this, and then I put my hand like that, and I look in the mirror every single morning whilst I'm brushing my teeth, and I just look at myself and I say, remember, you are a loser. You are a loser. You've just got to make sure when you come back to the mirror and brush your teeth before you go to bed that the loser's going to be a legend, right? What are you going to do to make sure you're not a loser? And that's just what I did every single day, and that helped me turn up every single day. It's not easy. It's not easy, but the alternative is not so easy either. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I should just do the... and the...
Yeah, just do that. Yeah, that's it. clap it off.
Good question.
Anyone else?
Thanks.
Then there's one way at the back. We'll get you next.
How do you deal with when someone says to you, oh, that screams MLM scam all over it? Or they try to call you that you're scamming people. They call you a scam.
Yeah, so if someone says is this one of those network marketing things?
Yeah, but they'll use the word scam.
Or scam? I went, yeah, it is. Do you mean one of those pyramid things? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm at the top. Own it. Someone's just, I don't honestly want to, it's a great question, but those people, wind me up. So that's, for me, I wouldn't do anything unless it was network marketing. because it is the best business model in the world, bar none. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a great answer.
There's one at the back.
There's
at the
one
back.
way at the back.
Yeah, she had her hand up before.
Me. My question is, so yesterday you were talking about, stand up, sorry. Like not forcing your energy and kind of letting it flow better. So how do you find the balance between hustle and flow and going all out for your business, but then not I can't, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like you were talking about Abraham Hicks and now he talks about do everything with love so that energy just flows and you're not pushing anything. So how do you find that balance between hustle and flow, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking to him about Abraham Hicks?
Who's Abraham Hicks?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Abraham Hicks is a bit woo-woo for some people, but it's something that I love.
Sounds awesome.
I'll do the quick answer on that one. When it's flow, it's something that you're moving towards, and it's more of what you want in life. So when you're very crystal clear on why you're doing what you're doing, it's right back to Simon Sinek, Mr. Business Leader 101. It's all about why we do, not what we do. And it's that limbic system that we started off with. And how many journeys have we been on today just through beautiful storytelling, natural, beautiful storytelling, where we all went in a trance. I saw your faces. I saw the tears. And it's where time stands still. And when someone's really sharing from their heart, you just have to listen. And a pin can drop. So for me, it's why am I about to do this next half hour? So the quality question for me is what's my outcome in this next half hour? And that's how I deal with overwhelm. If I start the day thinking about 12 hours cut in half, that's 24 half-hour chunks, I don't want to start the day. But if I'm outcome focused on what I want and I know why I want it, then that immediate half hour is really easy and you can be really present in that half an hour doing what you need to do with focus, right, and the meaning, and you're always looking for what you do want instead of what you don't want, because what you don't want is everywhere and the biggest distraction. So I think the biggest distinction between leadership is mastering the mind and being the master of meaning and focus all day, because there's a million things that are going to distract you and take you off path, a million. So I don't answer my phone unless it's in the schedule. I don't, wander around the house unless it's in the schedule. I just, half-hour chunks is just how I can manage, and I plan that out a week ahead.
I could learn so much from you, Linda. I'm just like, wow. I'm going to say it backwards. Wow. So good. You guys have no idea how lucky you are. Can you say it one more time so I can know it now? Amazing.
Who was next?
What she said.
I really want to work on my mindset or mind flow. And they say to pick someone that's your biggest inspiration and maybe a podcast or something like that. What's your biggest inspiration and recommendation for a podcast that people could listen to?
So I believe you should have an internal mentor and an external mentor. No way did that happen, right? Because otherwise you just get, there's too many, when you hear from too many angles, there's gonna be conflict, and conflict will create confusion, and confusion will create overwhelm, and overwhelm will create you doing absolutely nothing, and then you look for shelf-help and self-esteem instead of self-esteem and self-help. So I would podcast. I'm not actually a big podcaster, but I love YouTube, and I'm going to be kicking you up the ass for you to create a YouTube channel now so I can watch your YouTube videos. Right? Oh no, what have you done, Frazer? Stick to Linda, you'll be all right.
So I've got people who like my posts, and there's regular people. So I'm now getting into that flow of actually commenting them back. One person I went and commented on their wall page, hey, thank you for the post, and blah, blah, blah. I've been stalking your photos, and I love seeing how the kids grow up. What do you do? What do you do from there? Is the conversation trying to get it into private message, or you just keep that up until that relationship's maintained, and you do that all the time?
Yeah, so I have an acronym. Again, surprise, surprise. Right? PRICE. P-R-I-C-E. P-R-I-C-E. I'll kind of whiz through this. We have a live stream question. P is for post. So you make the post.
Yeah.
R is for reply.
Reply.
So you reply to any comments that you might have.
Yeah.
I stands for inbox. So once you've replied to them, inbox them.
Okay.
Whether it's like an hour later, a day later, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
C stands for create conversation and curiosity.
Yeah.
And then I'm moving faster now. And then E stands for ensure that they check out the information.
Okay, so
Ensure.
create.
Yeah, create
So
curiosity.
I've done the post, I've replied, I said, okay, I'll message you, I inbox them, create. So get them to talk.
So as soon as you feel that they are not a stranger,
Yeah.
what's the name of one of the people, one of the persons? Bob.
Christine, yeah.
Christine.
Yeah.
Hey, Christine, quick one, just curious. Would you be open to checking out some more information on an
Gotcha.
exciting opportunity I'm a part of? No worries if not, just thought I would ask.
No, and then
Bang,
the-
question mark, rocket emoji, fire emoji. One of those
Okay.
emojis. Like, yeah, that's in it. More people you say it to, the better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect. And we have a live stream question.
So
Just
we
got
have
one
a
more.
question from Lati on the live stream. She's asked,
Ooh, Lottie!
she's asked, how do you answer those who have had a really bad experience with network marketers in the past?
Ooh, Lottie. That's a good one. I find out why. Like, why? Why did you have a bad experience? Oh, I lost loads of money. How did you lose lots of money? Right? And I figure out the source, whether it was maybe a company that was not really legit, or whether it was an upline, maybe they didn't get the support, the mentorship. And I just basically say, hey, we're everything that what you were with before is not. We're the exact opposite. I'm not going to, and I would never, ever, ever pressure anyone or try and convince someone who's been in network marketing before. I'd let them kind of, more of them come to me, more than anything. People get excited when they hear, you've done network marketing before and you want to join my team. I actually don't get excited. I never got excited when that happened because I knew that their list most likely had been blown to pieces. I much prefer to go and develop and change a new life in network marketing. And I believe you should do the same thing. There's too many companies out there who have the poaching mentality. Like, do you know someone in network marketing? Yeah. Go on, let's go badmouth their company and make ours look really good. Those companies never last. And Juice Plus is not one of those companies. It's an ethical, legit, long-term, iconic legacy company. And if you keep doing it the right way, building it with new people, creating new success stories, which are so many in the room. Yeah, Angela said, Tom, you said you've been involved less than 2 years, and she's on the stage speaking in front of 1,000 people. Like, nuts. Right? So focus on developing new. If someone's had a bad experience before, I would just address like why. What's the reason why? And yeah, I wouldn't lose fit. I wouldn't cry if someone didn't join. That's just me. Thanks, Lottie.
Hi. They say the fortune is in the follow-up, so I'm just wondering how many times you follow up when they've kind of ghosted on you, and then when do you unfriend them?
Aww.
You don't unfriend, block. No, I'm kidding. Loser. Do you want to?
I don't see it as I don't go for a yes or a no. I'm just in a relationship connecting and having more fun, getting paid more, creating more and doing more, and I know that I'm going to outwit, outplay, outlast. So eventually, Kate and Anthony, 6.5 years. Adam, 3 and a bit, 4. So I was not pushing for a yes or a no or a right now. So I've always had a very long-term vision about this. So I didn't say yes to this for a year. So I have the same patience. And I think that it's a question of seasons and timing. Really, when we say yes to this is when something else is not working. If life is all amazing and roses, you're not going to take on a new venture. You're just not. You're going to do that in a season of change and when you're open. So some people are really bottomed out in winter. That's like recruiting Eeyore with all the problems and all the... typical. You've seen the Christopher Robin? It's awesome. It's like a network marketing movie. It's hilarious. Be Tigger, and you'll attract the Tiggers, and you don't have to care about chasing them. Be Tigger. And Lauren sent me a Tigger when I said that on training. The next day she sent me a giant Tigger. Because they said the world has too many Eeyores, so you don't be Eeyore. The Wisdom of Pooh is amazing. I have a book called The Wisdom of Pooh. I'm serious. This is not funny. The world needs more Tigger. And we get to have more fun. I think the best attraction tool that we have is that we get to have more fun. We get to have more positivity. And we get to be more attractive. So jobs suck. Real life sucks. And that's my ultimate truth. That sucks. I'm going to win eventually.
I've completely lost
That's my follow-up, honest. It is. I don't...
Network marketing Eeyore.
Be Tigger.
Yeah, no, I'm quite... To be honest, I'm quite brutal, so... I would kind of just be, I would basically say, like, if I've followed up with them, like, what did you like best? And they've seen my message and they've not replied. 3 days later, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I've not followed up. I've been so crazy busy. It's super crazy busy over here, right? If they don't reply to that, then I'll message saying, like, hey, like, it might not be the right timing for you right now. That's totally cool, totally get it. Hope everything's good with you. My dad asked me every 90 days for 4 years. 16 times he asked me. And on the 16th time, I said yes. So, yeah, relationship wins all the time. Lead with love. Be a lover, not a hater. Right? Long term is the aim of the game. Don't think short term. It's long time, baby. Keep going and going and going.
So maybe I'll add to that. Think about this. Most of you somehow are related to me in this family. Jeff Roberti sent Lauren flowers on all special occasions for 17 years.
Wow.
And when she was in a season coming out of winter and so tired of things being the same, who was there with his ears pricked up? He was Snoopy, not Tigger. He was Snoopy looking for her pain, and he's like, you can take Juice Plus. And he was just there. He was the guy delivering flowers before everyone else. So if Lauren didn't say yes when he was persistent and elegant in his persistence and caring, he cared more than anything. That's my point. Most of us in this room somehow wouldn't be here. 17 years of follow-up of caring. Not prospecting, caring. So I think that's pretty cool to think about.
For sure.
And then Lauren needed to do that with me for a year, and then I needed to do that, and it's one conversation at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just want to say something, if that's okay. We've got 0, so it's going to be quick. I'm going to do this standing up. I've never met a leader to date, okay, until 2 days ago, who was at a level where you're bound to have someone say something bad about you, right? In leadership, you get to a level, there's going to be someone who's like, oh, you're not working with her, are you? This woman right here is the first person I've ever met where I've not met anyone have a bad word to say about her. Not one. Not one. I appreciate it.
I'm off now. Thank you.
You got it.
You're magnificent.